Hey guys, what's up? It's been a hot minute, but you know what? I have something good to show you guys. Now, if you have been following me in my journey with Thai constellations, we all know that I have had a lot of ups and downs with Thai constellations. They are always undergoing root rot. They are so finicky, but yeah, I really want to say that this is like my happily ever after, but you know, there's a lot of things that can happen between now and I don't know, like 1.5 months down the road. But in any case, I'm really excited to show you guys this update because I actually was able to preserve all of its leaves. So look at this plant. Look at her. She's stunning. I don't know how I was able to preserve the leaves. They are more or less in pristine condition. I think the only blemish is this leaf right here where, you know, just a little bit of browning and crisping, but I actually think this is due to the fact that I have moved it from upstairs, which is this room. I had moved it downstairs to the living room because I wanted to showcase its beauty. But yeah, so aside from that little blemish, I'm really impressed with the fact that I was able to preserve the leaves. I don't see any browning anywhere. She's still looking very healthy, but most importantly, check this out. Look at the roots. Look at these juicy roots. Now, as you know, fluval stratum is a substrate that, you know, I talk about quite often on my channel, just because fluval stratum is really what saved all of my plants that were undergoing root rot. And yeah, this looks very good, very healthy. This is a good root system, and yeah, I'm pretty excited. I have this feeling that in the next month or so, maybe when I'm back from my trip, maybe I will have a little leaf that will emerge from this this stem right here. I'm predicting that the leaf will be very juvenile. It might even look more juvenile than this. So, and what am I trying to say? So like a very juvenile leaf doesn't really have any fenestration. Like this is pretty juvenile to me, but like an even more juvenile one wouldn't have any slits here at all. So yeah, I predict I'm gonna have like a little a little dinky baby leaf, but that's okay. As long as it's putting off leaves for me, I know that it's still thriving and doing well, considering what I put this plant through. One of the things that I actually was very concerned about was stem rot. So hope you can see this, but if you can see, maybe I can get this to focus. Hold on, sorry guys. So right here, this is an aerial root that kind of started to rot quite a bit, and I was very concerned that it was going to rot right into the stem. And then there's this one too. So this was also starting to rot, and I was full on freaking out because when you have stem rot, it's more or less over at that point because it's just going to travel throughout the plant, and it's going to be very hard to save it. So I'm really glad that it stopped rotting as soon as it did. I don't think I'm going to have an aerial root come from there anymore. So now I'm just kind of waiting for this new leaf to emerge, and then I'll start developing more aerial roots. And more aerial roots means the plant is establishing itself and it will continue to put off new leaves. But yeah. I do want to mention that this spring and summer, I feel like there's just going to be a whole lot of Thai constellations that are going to be available to everyone at a very affordable price. Just because at the beginning of the year, there was, what was it? There was a post on one of my Facebook groups, and someone was saying that they found like a little baby Thai constellation for like $75. And then not too long ago, I seen a post where they found it at their local nursery for like 50 bucks Canadian. So I feel like there is going to be a lot of Thai constellations, and my advice to anybody who is picking up a Thai constellation would be that Let that plant acclimate to its new environment. Don't mess around with the substrate that it's already in, because if you kind of like pop it open, if you kind of like pull the plant out of the container that it's in, the nursery pot, if the roots look like they're fresh and it's growing and it's thriving in that substrate, just let it be. Let it be. Let it like acclimate down to your environment. And once it puts off a new leaf, then you can decide whether or not you want to repot it into something else. I would probably not repot it at all, just because I'm a firm believer now that if your plant is happy with where it is, let it be. There is a huge difference between soil roots and semi-hydro roots and like water roots. It's just, everything takes time, and if you're an impatient person, you may end up causing a whole lot of harm to your plant rather than doing it some good. So that is my word of caution, I suppose, for, you know, anyone that's purchasing a Thai Constellation for the first time. Maybe get two. Get two just in case one decides to croak on you. But that's probably why I have so many cuttings and monsteras, to be honest. Anyways, but yeah. And yes, I know, I've heard this rumor that, I don't even know if it's like a rumor, if it's like a real fact, but I do recall that someone had said to me and on my channel that Thai constellations are not found naturally in the wild, that it was made in the lab, and that the mother plant that was created in the lab actually had poor genetics and it was prone to root rot. And that is the reason why our Thai constellations are prone to root rot. So I don't know what to say about that other than cool, great. I got myself a dud. Not really, because it's growing and thriving, but maybe it like has a little bit of a disability, but you know, it's you know, it's a part of being a plant parent, and I hope that these videos are helpful and that it helps you guys, you know, find a way to bring your plant back from the dead, or at least on the brink of dying from root rot. But yeah, so if that rumor is true, perhaps this new batch of tissue cultures that are being put into the market are going to be a good batch, and nobody's plant is going to die. But in any case, if it starts to struggle, you know where to find a video that's going to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Do I think that this is a happily ever after for me? I don't know. It's too soon to say, but she is looking pretty pristine right now, and I'm just going to just appreciate it for what it is until it's not. But in any case, I think I'm gonna have to do, or at least I'm gonna have to try to film a couple more videos, like update videos for you guys before I leave for my trip to Portugal. If there are any plants that you guys do want to see like updates on, just leave a comment down below. Happy to put together something real quick for you guys before I take off and then, you know, go MIA again. But thanks for supporting and following me along this journey, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!